Hey, so I want to talk to you for just a minute today about maximizing your opportunities. You see, we all have windows of opportunity. There are certain seasons for certain things. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 begins with that. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. So there are windows of opportunity. And you know, if we're being honest, the truth is time is passing us by a whole lot more than we care to admit, or perhaps we even realize. So the season you're in right now came, but it won't stay. You have windows of opportunity in your life to maximize moments. So you can't maximize what you don't recognize. It pays to pay attention in every scenario in life, but especially as it relates to maximizing your opportunities. I'll give you a good example, and this is what prompted this short conversation today. So I've got an 8-year-old daughter and a 16-year-old son. And what I realized with my 16-year-old son, looking back now, is that he went from 8 to 16 awfully fast. So I am not having been through that before, being a first-time dad, I didn't realize how fast time would go, but now I'm well aware of it because I see it with him. My little boy is becoming a man, and quite frankly, I'm seeing windows of opportunity come and go, but I'm trying to be more intentional with my 8-year-old daughter. And so, for example, today is a Tuesday. Normally, this would be a work day for me. I pastor a church, which means I've got a lot on my plate there in terms of leadership and serving the people in our congregation and our communities. I'm also a certified professional life coach, so I help people, individual clients, with their goals and dreams, whether they're personal or professional. I am a husband. I'm a dad. First and foremost, though, my obligation is to pay attention to the season that I'm in, the opportunities that are before me, and recognize they won't come back. Like I was saying with my son. So where that impacted me is in the area of being more intentional with my daughter and realizing, you know what, she's only going to be 8 years old once. And some things that are priorities in other seasons may not be priorities right now. So I was thinking about this, sitting here watching her play in the pool and just enjoy being 8 years old, and think about how quickly you go from 8 to 28 or 8 to 38 or 8 to 58. Those windows of opportunity. So I wanted to encourage you to be mindful and intentional about paying attention to the windows of opportunity in your life and maximizing them. And let me give you a 3-step process. Number one, it starts with recognizing. You can't maximize what you don't recognize. So there are opportunities in time that present themselves. They come and they go. So develop a sense of awareness about recognizing what you should be maximizing. Second, once you recognize what you need to pay attention to and build around and maximize, pour everything into maximizing it. You've heard the old cliche, maximize the moment. Some moments are longer than others. Some seasons are longer than others, but be intentional about maximizing your opportunities. On a professional level, on a destiny level, spiritually, we realize that how we handle one opportunity determines our ability to create greater opportunities. God sometimes will watch in the shadows, as it were, how we handle our current season, so he can set up the level of opportunity he'll give us in another season. So maximizing your current level opportunities are essential. Third, and perhaps most importantly, things change, and what are priorities in one season aren't necessarily priorities in another. So you've got to be flexible. This comes from awareness of the opportunity. You can't maximize it if you don't reprioritize what needs to be reprioritized. See, there are some things in my life right now, some things that are in your life, no doubt, that were priorities at one season. They're still priorities, but they're not as high of a priority level as they used to be. You're responsible for shifting your priorities as the times, the seasons, and the opportunities change. For example, right now, today, my opportunity is to maximize this 24-hour period with my daughter. So I've set other things that are work-related and personal goal-related. I've set those aside so that I can maximize this day with my daughter. Here at the pool, hanging out, just daddy-daughter day. I'm prioritizing her, and I'm reprioritizing my fatherhood over my career path just for today, just for 24 hours. And that has just created a sense in me that, you know, it is important to pay attention to where you are, what time you're in, and don't be afraid to reprioritize. Sometimes they're long-term reprioritizing, other times it's short-term. Anyway, stirring in my heart as I'm sitting here by the pool this afternoon, wanted to encourage you with that. I hope that something that I've shared will spark a thought and a new direction in your heart. By all means, recognize what season you're in. Maximize the opportunities that are before you, and don't be afraid to reprioritize what needs to be prioritized so you can make the most out of the opportunity of the present moment. Thanks for connecting. We'll talk to you soon.